Hey guys, welcome back to another adoption update. It's actually the next day, even like, I know it's the next day for you guys, but it's also the next day for me. It is Friday, August, I think 16th, 2019, and I wanted to do a quick adoption update, because stuff happened today. I'm going to try to talk quick. So, if you didn't watch my update from yesterday, make sure you go check it out because I'm going to be talking about stuff that I talked about there. But anyway, so first off, I was falling asleep over on the carpet. It's like 10:30 at night, which is really late for us. But she's like falling asleep and she's like, anyway. So the little girl I talked about in yesterday's vlog actually is not in Bulgaria. I messaged to find out what NGO she was with, and her agency emailed me back saying she's not in Bulgaria. So I'm like, okay. Because when I search on these sites, Reese's Rainbow, I know which kids are in Bulgaria, but on Rainbow Kids, I can only search like Eastern Europe, and I can search like narrow it down, like I can get rid of some, like Ukraine is only open to couples, so by selecting like singles, I know that I eliminate them, but apparently there are some Eastern European countries that are open to singles. So anyway, she's not available, so that kind of ended that. My agency emailed me back regarding my dossier because yesterday I had talked to them about what I needed for my dossier. I had quickly thrown it all together, scanned it, and sent it off to them for them to review. So they reviewed it. The big thing is a lot of my documents don't have my middle name on it. So there's a couple that I have to redo because of that, which I already redid. There was stuff that I was filling out myself and then signing, and then they notarize it and do all the paperwork, like the legalization and stuff like that, the money costing stuff. So it was literally just me reprinting stuff. However, the one big thing was my medical clearance. So my medical clearance, which I just had done last month, and I asked for medical clearance from Bulgaria so I wouldn't have to do it again because I needed it for my home study. Anyway, turns out they need my middle name on it. And on top of that, they need like one sentence added to it. Like, oh. So, of course, this was Friday afternoon. My doctor's office closed at, I think, noon on Friday. And ironically, I was just there this morning because I had a doctor's appointment just to go over blood work. So anyway, I'm hoping to drop that off Monday and she can just do the extra version. I like typed out what I needed added on and stuff, and I typed out that I needed like my middle name needs to be included and blah blah. So hopefully she'll do that sometime next week. In the meantime, we are waiting to hear back from my agency's NGO, which is the non-government organization, which is the one that is in Bulgaria that does all like the lawyer stuff and the middleman stuff with court and everything. So waiting to hear back from them to find out if my fee reduction is going to be on the foreign fee number 2 or foreign fee number 2 and 3, because that's kind of where I'm at financially figuring it out. And it's just funny talking to the agency because like the one agency worker that I talk to all the time is talking to the other one, and she's like, why does it matter when there's no fee reduction for the fee that's coming up? And he's like trying to explain to her like it depends because the next fee Michelle wants to be able to have ready to go. So anyway, waiting to hear back on that, and that kind of determines what I'm going to submit. Right now I'm looking at middle of September-ish, if it's divided 50-50 between them. Otherwise I can submit in like less than 2 weeks or 2 weeks today, if it is completely on that second fee. I could probably risk it instead of waiting that 2 weeks, but I know that it's going to be really hard to borrow the money if things happen super fast, which knowing just because it would screw me over, that's exactly what would happen. Also because I know that there's kids listed on there all the time that have Down syndrome and stuff, so I don't see me having to wait very long for a match. It's more like the translation times and stuff like that. But there's also the possibility with them getting my file, seeing when I'm open to them moving a little bit faster because they know that they can get a kid home faster that way. What else? Oh, considerations list. So he also sent me off the considerations list, which is this long list of special needs that I'm open to. And he was like, normally we don't do this, but because you're open to so many, we kind of want to like get a little more specific. So we did that, or I did that and sent it off. I went through everything. There was probably about 5 or 6 that I had no clue what they were, so I Googled them. And there was a couple that I was like, I think I know what this is, but I'm going to Google anyway. So there's a bunch that I did that for. Because like Down syndrome used to be on my no way list until I actually researched it, and then I was like, oh, yeah, I could do this. So I know for me that I need to actually research every single thing on the list before I make a decision for it. So there was one on the list that I was like, maybe, but given what I'm open to, I'm going to select no, because I would rather say no and have me skipped over for a certain child than me saying yes and getting that referral and then not being sure about it. So especially because I'm open to so many things, I'm much more confident in saying no to it and just leaving it at that. So there was just the one thing. What else is going on? On my one form, it asked me to copy out what my home study said in terms of my considerations, so age, gender, special needs, those things. So I literally copied it word for word from my home study and wrote it on this form, and he said that he's not quite sure if they're going to accept it because I say I want a child with Down syndrome, and then the next line literally says mild to moderate medical needs, because I'm not open to like spina bifida, I'm not open to epilepsy. There's a couple that I'm not open to at all. So he's like, they consider Down syndrome a severe medical need, therefore you're contradicting yourself by saying you want a child with Down syndrome, but you're only open to mild to moderate needs, medical needs. And I'm like, okay, well, this is the way it was written in my home study, and here I'm like internally panicking. I'm like, I just copied it from my home study. He's like, yeah, they probably won't accept that. And I'm like, oh crap, am I gonna have to do another home study update because of 3 words, mild to moderate? Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna die with just home studies, endlessly doing home studies. Anyway, and this is what's going on in my head. And I'm like, so I have to redo my home study now? He's like, no. The home study doesn't matter. The form that you filled out, they might ask you to remove that. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I don't have to update my home study. He's like, no, it's okay. Okay. Like, I can't do another update. So hopefully that is absolutely true, and I don't have to update my home study, because I will die. Won't survive that. Oh my god, especially over something so stupid as mild to moderate. And it's like, in my mind, Down syndrome's moderate, and a lot of their health issues are moderate because they're treatable or correctable, and a lot of them are corrected before they even come home. And so like the ones that are more ongoing tend to be more mild and like, again, stuff that can be corrected. And I don't know. I do not see it as a severe need, even though I know it's like a lifelong thing. And I get that. I get that it's not something that goes away. I get that there's a lot of medical issues. I get that. But it was more like, I'm open to Down syndrome and all the stuff that comes with it, but I don't want to take on like spina bifida and epilepsy and cerebral palsy and like all this other stuff that to me is a severe need. Other people may disagree, but so yeah, anyway, mild panic attack. Struggle is real when you've done so many home studies. Anyway, so yeah, I'm probably not going to update until my dossier is submitted, or until at least I have all my paperwork for my dossier, and figure out the fee reductions and whatnot. I just wanted to update because I felt like a lot happened today. And it's really weird because I feel like things are actually starting to happen, and that there's a possibility that I might actually... Hey, puppy. Don't look at me like that. That I might actually be able to come home with a kid. And like, I know that I'm still like, I still got so much still to do and everything. And like, I don't know, like, I haven't even submitted my dossier yet, so technically I was further with India, so I know anything can happen. But I also know that Bulgaria is like a stable program and people have so much success with it. And I hope I don't curse everyone by me submitting, then like the whole system will fall apart or something, because that would be my luck, and then I just like curse everybody else. But yeah, I just feel like finally things might actually be happening, and like where I'm sitting right now, maybe there will be a crib one day. Like I imagined 2 years ago when I moved in here, thinking that, oh, she'll be home in a year, and here we are 2 years later looking at another year. But I mean, this is 6.5 years on this journey. I never anticipated being this long, and this is like totally off topic now, but I teach kindergarten, and the kids that I have coming in this year are actually the same age as the baby I miscarried. So if they were alive, they would be starting kindergarten this year. If I lived in Alberta. If I didn't, they would have started kindergarten last year if I lived in Ontario. But anyway, I know that like my life would have been not as good in terms of finances and like career and stuff like that, because it would have been a lot harder to establish my life here if things didn't happen the way they happened. But like now that I'm like settled here and permanent job, permanent house, my family's moving out here, all that kind of stuff, I'm just so ready for this to just happen and to have her home and start a life together, because if this fails, I'm done. Can't do it. I don't want to be tied. I want to be a mom. Anyway, with things happening now, I just feel like things might actually work out, which is crazy. I haven't had hope in a very long time. Since December. So it's nice to have that feeling again and be excited again and just daydream about having her home and having this over and actually uploading these vlogs instead of just talking to myself. Oh, I miss you guys so much. I do. It's so much harder without the feedback. I'm just so used to like sharing everything real time, and it's hard. It's hard not having that. But I mean, I don't have a choice. Unfortunately, I do not have a choice. I don't get a say, because if I had my say, I would be doing it in real time. Because wouldn't it be awesome to upload this video and have you guys know what's happening? Anyway, I need to go to bed. I'm tired. Physically tired, not so much emotionally tired anymore. Because things are finally seeming to go good, which is also scary. It's also like waiting for something bad to go happen. But I'm just gonna stay positive and do my paperwork as I need to do my paperwork and get things done as I can get things done, and just hope that things go well, because finally moving forward, hopefully paperwork will be sent off in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, hopefully. So anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to find out what happens next. Hopefully I'm sending off my paperwork, and hopefully there's not like drama with my medical or some stupid thing, or oh, I have to update my home study because of that one line or something ridiculous. Because that I cannot handle. I can't handle the ridiculousness anymore. I need to just have things go smoothly and like in an orderly fashion and like everything calm, like it seems like everybody else can seem to have. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I shall see you guys later. Tomorrow for you guys. Probably not tomorrow for me, because it's Saturday, and nobody's going to be doing anything on a Saturday. Hi, you want to say goodbye? You want to finish this off? Here's my puppy. She's almost 5. She was actually born the same time as my baby was due. My puppy. You were born instead. You were born instead. But I didn't know it. No, I didn't know you were born. Because I wasn't wanting another dog. Anyway, thanks for watching. Goodbye, guys.